Housing market insiders just made a massive policy change that most buyers won't hear about until it's way too late. The National Association of Realtors, or the NAR, has quietly introduced new rules that change how homes get listed online. What's the change? Well, starting now, sellers can keep their homes completely hidden from websites like Zillow and Redfin while still making them visible only to realtors through the MLS. This means your dream home could be for sale right now, but you'd never know it if you're only searching online using sites like Redfin or Zillow. Now, these billion-dollar tech companies will only be able to show you what sellers allow them to show you. This change increases the stranglehold that the MLS and NAR have on the housing market because it makes the MLS the go-to source for all listed homes. Is this giving sellers needed privacy protection or creating an unfair information gap that puts the average home buyer at a disadvantage? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Today, we're going to break down what this means for your 2025 housing hunt and whether you're actually seeing all the available properties when you search online. Hey, if you're new to the Housing Nerd channel, welcome. My name is Jason Ferrier. I've been a realtor for the last 7 years in Central Ohio. And so throughout this video, I'm going to give you my take on this new NAR policy, and my opinion may surprise you. To help explain this new policy from NAR, I'm going to review their latest press release. The title of the press release is NAR introduces new flexibility for sellers while retaining clear cooperation policy. And don't worry, I'm going to explain what all this gibberish actually means to a buyer or a seller. And as you can see, this was just released March 25th, yesterday. The article starts out with new policy statement gives MLSs discretion to set a delay period in which sellers and their agents can keep their properties from being marketed publicly through IDX or syndication. So what exactly is the MLS? What are they talking about? Let me show you. MLS, or multiple listing service, is a private database where realtors and their brokers can share and list properties, and oftentimes those are then shared with clients of ours. Now, up until just recently, as of basically today, sites like Zillow and Redfin captured the listings from the 600 different MLSs throughout the country so that folks that don't have MLS access, which is basically everybody except realtors, could look for properties and go shopping. And what you're seeing on the screen is my local MLS that I belong to. And I have to pay a fee every year. It's not cheap, by the way. And I have to follow very strict rules to enter listings into this database and use it. And then when I enter a listing into my MLS, it's syndicated out to places like Zillow and Redfin. So up until now, the catch was if I list a property on the MLS and I advertise it anywhere, including even a yard sign or on a Facebook page, I'm required to then have it go public to Zillow, Redfin, and places like that. But yesterday, all that changed. Hey, quick break from today's video to remind you, hit the like button if you got any value out of what you've heard so far, and subscribe to the Housing Nerd. Okay, back to the good stuff. On Tuesday, after months of deliberation and input from a wide range of stakeholders, NAR President Kevin Sears announced that the association's clear cooperation policy will remain in place. However, the NAR leadership team has introduced a new MLS policy statement that will work alongside clear cooperation to give brokers the flexibility to meet the needs of selling clients while also supporting fair housing by providing buyers and their agents with equal access to the MLS property information. This is the section you need to pay attention to. The multiple listing options for sellers policy statement was developed following many months of analysis and consultation with MLS and association leaders, brokerages of all sizes, agents, multicultural organizations, and fair housing policy, technology, and legal experts. It introduces a category listings called delayed marketing exempt listings. The exemption allows sellers to instruct their listing agent to delay marketing their property through internet data exchanges or IDX and syndication for a specified period of time. In this article, when they use the term IDX or syndication, that's basically the ability for a place like Zillow or Redfin to get the data and get the listings, whether they be active or sold listings, from the MLS into their own database to show the public. During the delayed marketing period, home sellers and their agents can market the listing in a manner consistent with the seller's needs and interests. Delayed marketing exempt listings are filed with the MLS and available for other MLS participants and subscribers to access and share with their clients and consumers. However, the MLS and other participants and subscribers are delayed from displaying the listing through an IDX or Zillow and syndicating those listings to other entities. Okay, let me break down what that jargon really means. If you're a seller, you can choose, obviously, to list your home on the MLS like always and have it syndicated to Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, and other sites like that. No problem, business as normal. Or you can choose to delay the listing to be put into syndication and listed into Zillow, Redfin, and other sites like that. However, in my opinion, it does limit the choices that buyers have when it comes to how they shop for property. And the bottom line, folks, is if you're not working with a realtor who has access to the MLS, you're not going to see all the listings available to you. You can't rely on public websites like Zillow and Redfin anymore because, let's face it, most people don't have access to the MLS. So if you're just someone not working with an agent and you're just casually browsing properties on your couch using your phone, like 90% of people do, you're not going to see those listings. So it makes sense for most sellers to probably use the syndication in order for all buyers to be able to see the property. Now, in order for a seller to keep their listing off of Redfin and Zillow, they have to sign a disclosure when they list the property with the realtor. So far, based on what you've heard, do you think this is a good policy change, and will this help consumers and home buyers or hurt them? Comment below, I want to know. Now, you may be wondering, why would a seller keep their listing off of Redfin and Zillow? Well, there's a variety of reasons for it. They could list it exclusively in the MLS, not on Zillow and Redfin, and basically have more of like a boutique style listing than it blasting all over the internet. So it could be a price thing of wanting to test the market. It could also be a privacy thing. I mean, there are a lot of sellers that I work with when I explain that when I put this into the MLS, it's going to hit all the websites. All your friends, all your neighbors are going to know about this when they open up Zillow. Some sellers don't like that. So there's really three different options with the MLS that you have to list your property. One is an office exclusive exempt listing. Now, this has actually always been in place, and it's called a pocket listing. And this one is neither marketed online to Zillow or Redfin or on the MLS. And so there are pocket listings that happen all the time. You may have seen them where one day the property pops up on the market, but it's already closed. Probably a pocket listing, meaning a realtor has listed a property for a seller, but they haven't advertised it anywhere. All they've done is called specific buyers and specific brokers to talk about this property and to sell it. They haven't advertised it anywhere. And the MLS is super strict with that. You can't put a sign in the yard. You can't put anything on Facebook about the property. If you do, you're in violation of that policy. And at that point, it has to go on the MLS. The second option is a delayed market exempt listing. And this is exactly what we've been talking about today. It's immediately available to the MLS participants and subscribers, only marketed by listing firm during the delayed period. But it's not allowed to be listed on Zillow and Redfin. Now, there's a third option they conveniently left out of the diagram, but they did note it below, and it says consumers always have the option to file their property as a regular MLS listing, which is immediately available to MLS participants and subscribers and advertised through IDX and syndication. Have you ever sold a home before using an agent? If you have, comment below and tell me which of those three options you would select. As a realtor for 7 years, what do I think about this new policy? Well, on one hand, I understand that sellers want some privacy and they want choices. Until now, sellers were forced to have their properties hit websites like Zillow and Redfin when they listed a property on the MLS. In my opinion, it's not right to force sellers into a corner where if they advertise the property at all, it must hit every website on earth and everybody in their neighborhood is going to know everything about their house. I don't really think that's right. So this new policy does help with that problem. However, I do think it limits buyers' abilities to see all the properties out there. And it quite frankly forces buyers to work with a realtor if they want to make sure they're seeing all the listings. But again, comment below and tell me what you think about this new rule. Most people had no idea it was coming. Even me as a realtor had no idea what this thing was going to look like. And again, I'm shocked that they went this far with it and basically blocked Zillow, Redfin, and the other large technology companies from accessing all the MLS data. Now, I hope this video today helped you understand what this new policy from NAR really means for your home buying or home selling journey. Remember, knowledge is your secret weapon when it comes to the housing market. Speaking of knowledge, every week I put out an extensive housing market update, both nationally, and I also hit on certain metros that you request as a viewer. I did an episode just a few days ago. You should check it out right here.